With the rising popularity of 3D gameplay seen in such big titles like Super Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time, Capcom knew it was time for the Blue Bomber to make the jump, and on August 31st, 1998, Mega Man Legends hit the scene in North America. Okay, that's about as professional as this video is gonna get, so let's go in it. I like Mega Man Legends. I am a big fan of it. So I just wanted to spread the word about how cool this game is and why everybody should play it on any means possible. Currently you can get it on PlayStation 3 store officially, as well as PS Vita, I believe, maybe? Don't quote me on that. Yeah, Mega Man Legends. Incredible action platformer? I don't think I should say platformer. Platformer doesn't sound right. It's not a platformer. It's barely a platformer. You jump. So, Mega Man Legends. First off, what is the most important thing when you look at a game? What's the thing that draws you in more than anything? Could be a different answer for a couple different people, just depending on what you really look for. For me, what really draws me in is the art direction, everything about its aesthetic. I am not a fan of gray, colorless shooters. I like bright, vibrant colors, strong character designs, nice backgrounds. Backgrounds are always nice. And Mega Man Legends delivers on all of that. They just do such an amazing job setting up a fun environment over on Cadillacs Island. Even the first dungeon you're in, albeit gray, yes, but whatever. Everything about the game's art direction just goes to show that they want a very specific feeling, a very specific vibe in their world, and both the Cadillacs Island and all the dungeons you go into really lay that into you. You know, these PlayStation models, they're not like true 3D models. It's a little bit of a story to talk about. Basically, it's just a very smart way of texturing over very basic wireframe rigging. That's at least how I understand it. Correct me in the comments. Every character is designed with textures, not like actual 3D models, which is baffling when you look at some shots. Like look at this one here with Teasel. He's got his head to the side, but you can see through his mouth. That's not a 3D model. That is a very smart, transparent texture. And I'll put a picture up here so you can see transparency in action. They really knew how to make these characters look three-dimensional despite not technically being three-dimensional. You know what else is great? Speaking of like character designs and stuff, the enemies in this game. Both the Bon mechs as well as the Reaver bots, which you'll have a whole bunch of them up here on the screen. They're all designed very well, I would say. I really like the whole angular vibe that the vast majority of the Reaver bots seem to have. Like the Hanmaru doll, and then the Sharokurusus, and the Aerokoitans. I'm sure I pronounced those all correct. I mean, they just look so cool and so unique. I can't really think of a similar comparison to these guys, at least from the times. A lot of them have the one eye motif, which is a very cool way of bringing them together, even though pretty much every Reaverbot design looks insanely different from all the other ones. They're really fun, really interesting enemies that you get to learn bits and pieces about as the story goes on. And I kind of just brushed past the Bond stuff, but the Bond designs are all very cool too. Every mech that Trons come up they all look like they belong together, but at the same time they're all very different. From the Ferdinand, the Marlwolf, the Balcon Gilead, Bruno, Fokker Wolf. They all look like they were made by the same person, which they were in the game. Really adds a lot to the enemies you're fighting and their designs. Okay, now I want to talk about voices. So, this game is voice acted.
Mega Man.
I love them all. All the characters match their voices, I feel. Every voice actor they picked for each character just feels like it fits the design. Like Teasel, he's got this gruff but high-pitched screaming voice about him, and it really works for his character. Like when you hear him laugh at you in the water battle, it just... ugh.
If you don't watch it, you're gonna end up with a big hole in your backside!
Tron, she's got that classic tsundere voice, can't really go wrong there.
A circus clown or something? Go on, get out of here!
Roll.
There goes one.
Roll is incredible. Roll is number one. If you leave this video with any semblance of knowledge, I would like that to be that Roll casket, Mega Man Legends, is the best. Number one, under no questions asked. Waifu, whatever you want to call it. She's great. I have a skateboard with her on it over there.
All's well that ends well, right? And we were able to get a refractor.
She's my favorite, and she should be your favorite too. I played these games growing up as a kid, and hearing her voice got me through the very scary, very low draw distance dungeons in this game, which, you know, some people would probably say, this game's got draw distance, that I can't see what I'm doing, why, this sucks, but no, you're an idiot, stop. The draw distance in this game, especially being so short in the dungeons, I feel works wonders with its mood.
On my monitor. It looks like there's a false wall or something.
See, not being able to see what's in front of you until it's right in front of you, I feel adds a lot of just scary vibes to all the dungeons you go into. The music, of course, helps a lot. This game has great music. We'll talk about that in a sec. But the draw distance really makes it so you have to like inch your way forward not to get clobbered by some robots. And thanks to the lovely voice actress behind Roll Casket, us brave toddlers at the time could fight the good fight.
Hey, Mega Man, have you ever wondered where the Reaver bots came from?
Music is very good. You've all heard Flutter versus the Gesellschaft. It's the one big song from Legends that anybody plays ever. But there's so much more than that one song, I promise you. And yes, like Mega Man Legends, and a lot of the open catalogs fields, it is just ambient bird noises, which I get some people not liking that. I personally do like it. I think it adds to the wild, like, exploration vibes of the island. But then you go in town, you got the nice catalogs jingle, you've got all the boss fight music, which it's all different, and that's honestly really impressive to me. They could have very easily had just like a boss theme for all the characters, but no, every boss fight has its own unique theme. Like the Theodore Bruno boss fight slaps, it kicks butt. The main gate theme, really catchy, really gives you that feeling of, wow, this is the end and I'm gonna do it. Wow. The very creepy, weird bonus game TV show music is weird, and I don't know why they chose it, but it's funny, so it gets a pass. And that's music. What do I got? And I'm not sure how I'm editing this later in post, but I'm sure you are getting the full brunt of my rambling and stuttering as I try to formulate my thoughts about this game that I am very, very, very passionate about. Oh yeah, music. One more thing on music. Okay, this technically doesn't count for this game. This is a Mega Man Legends 2 thing, but the major dungeons you go in that game all have their own unique theme, and then the boss fight in those dungeons is generally a really cool variation on the theme. Of course, there are some other bosses that you show up in some of the dungeons that use their own theme, but the actual like stage boss dungeon or whatever, they use like a cool remix of the dungeon theme, and I really like that. Back to the first game. Okay, first game. If you know what you're doing, you really just want to like plow through the story, you can beat it in probably like less than 2 hours. Honestly, I haven't done the math. I haven't fact checked it. I don't really play this game for the sake of speed running it, but there are a lot of side quests you can do in this game. It's honestly surprising. When I played this game as a kid, I missed like half of them. For the sake of this video, I did a full complete playthrough where I did, really everything I could think to do and find out. Like, for example, this is again tangenting because my brain doesn't work, but there's a tiny little subplot in this game as the main story goes on, where you'll see a servbot in the library looking up how to cook food, and they're basically trying to learn how to open a restaurant. Then you'll see them later in the game at the bank getting a loan to open a restaurant, and then at the very end of the game, which I had never even seen this thing until this playthrough I did for this video, they actually opened their own restaurant, and it's a little burger joint. It doesn't really do anything, but it's there, and it's so good. Just having something like that just going on, besides the fact of everything, is really just like, they didn't even have a reason to do it. I feel they just did it because, and it adds a lot to the world seeing things like actively happen in it while you're doing stuff. Kind of like in Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, tangent. You can run across Luigi every now and then after you beat a chapter, and he's got his own adventure going on. So it's like, while you're doing your own thing, time is passing in this world, and hey, Luigi's doing his thing, everybody else is doing their own thing. I like stuff like that, and I was glad to find their completed burger restaurant in my playthrough here. Back to the side quests. So, biggest thing, most obvious thing, there are optional dungeons, or ruins, ruins, they're called ruins in the game, where you can find tons and tons of like special parts to either upgrade your buster or make new weapons. All of these dungeons are actually connected to each other, which is honestly pretty crazy to me. That's another thing. When I was a little kid, I don't think I ever even realized that, because I didn't even realize there was a button for the map back then, which there is, by the way. It's select? Pretty sure it's select. So yeah, you can see the full map of the area, and you can see that, like, if you've done a full run through, then you can actually go through everything. Like, you can make a full circle from one dungeon point to the, like, all the way around and come back. It is really cool. I don't know how many times I've said really cool for this recording, but it's just how I feel about this game. Okay, more side stuff. There are police missions, assuming either you somehow managed to keep the police department intact or you paid the money to get it repaired. You can go into the police station and do fun police investigation things, such as hunting for bombs, helping a man find all his money he lost, taking part in a high-speed pursuit to get the money back from the serve bots. And if you're bad person, you can take the money and run, and it'll go into your karma meter. There's a karma meter in this game. If you do bad stuff, you tell people your name's Hippopotamus, you kick animals, you steal the money, your armor turns darker and darker and darker. You become Dark Mega Man. It doesn't do anything, but it's in the game, and it's cool that it's in the game. This karmic system of Robo Jesus watching over you, your every action, slowly darkening you for your indiscretions against humanity. I've probably said enough. I don't know, what else could I tell? Gameplay! This game has gameplay. It has a lock-on system. You can freely move. Controls are tank-ish, but you gotta be real negative Nancy to throw a fit over the controls in this game. They work perfectly fine. The gameplay is suited around the controls, not the other way around, and that works well for this game. You shoot, you use your special weapons, you lock on, you dodge roll. It feels really good when you dodge roll, and you just get out of the way of a move. I love it. You get your upgrades, you get your different special weapons. You can... Here's a shot of me one-cycling the Mara Wolf boss, just because I think it's cool.
What are you standing around for? Put out the fire! Put it out!
The automated fire extinguishers aren't working.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's... Mega Man Legends, it's a great game. You should, if you haven't already played it, play it. I know there's not a lot of official ways to do it. The only like official way to purchase this game and directly pay Capcom, I suppose, is getting it on the PlayStation Shop, not PlayStation 4, unfortunately. PlayStation 3, PS Vita, PSP, which that's a whole other thing if you can get your PSP connected to something like that. But yeah, you know, hopefully in the wake of new Mega Man stuff, we'll get a Legends Legacy Collection, so everyone can play these games that must be played. If I can offer one teeny tiny little enhancement they could do, the audio volumes are a bit funky. There's a couple audio issues in general where the voice lines will start a bit late or something like that. But if they could just fix that stuff out, make it a little clearer, and probably add a subtitle option for people that like subtitles, I think that would be really nice. That'd be cool if they did like the other Legacy collections where they put in the different region versions, and then that would give them a reason to have subtitles in the first place. Tangent! You gotta love them! That's what I'm here for! Play Mega Man Legends! That's all I have to say. Rules number 1. Draw roll fan art. Go, 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 go!